Welcome back. And today we are going to talk about the importance of being able to move and draw your weapon. So whether you're law enforcement or a private citizen carrying concealed, it really doesn't matter. You really should never stand flat-footed. Okay, so we're going to get into that now. All right, welcome back. So today we're going to talk about being able to draw that weapon from a holster, whether it be a duty gear, right, duty belt, or whether it be from a concealed position outside the waistband, inside the waistband, apex, side carry, in the small of your back, whatever the case may be. We're going to talk about moving. You need to be able to move. Don't just stand still. The thing that drives me nuts about a lot of training is they take you out on the range, they put you in a little booth, and you just draw and shoot, draw and shoot, draw and shoot. Clear the shirt from concealed, draw and shoot. Clear the jacket, draw and shoot. And you don't ever move. Why, in a real life scenario, would you not want to get the hell out of there? Get behind cover. Get behind something that's going to offer you a little bit of protection. So if you're carrying duty carry for work, law enforcement or security, you want to move because the bad guy is probably going to be looking at you. And if you're moving targets are always harder to hit. So get used to that movement. And while I'm talking, I'm going to have a little video play in the background that shows some what we call offlining, right? Offlining. You draw an offline one step left, or you draw an offline one step right. You do a little bit of movement while you draw. The idea is that a moving target is harder to hit, and you need to get used to moving your feet to go find cover. We don't just stand out in the open, whether you're working duty or whether you're carrying concealed, off duty, or private citizen. No, you need to move. You need to get out of the way. Get your family, if your family's with you, get your family out of the way with you. As you draw, you need to move, get out of the way, find cover, find something. And what's the difference between cover and concealment, right? So concealment just hides you. It's a bush. The bullet will still travel through the bush, okay? Cover is like a concrete pillar, the corner of a wall, not just a wall. Around will go through drywall, okay? But the corners of walls, at least the way that the studding is built inside, if you understand construction, there's at least some 2x4 or aluminum stud or steel stud or something in the corner that reinforces it, that will offer a little more protection than just drywall. Not much, but a little, right? Understand the difference between cover and concealment. Draw and move. Draw offline. Draw and move and shoot. These are all things that you really need to be able to practice. So if you're going to a standard indoor range where you're limited to your booth, you can still, if they allow you to draw, you can still set yourself up to do at least just a little step, right? A little step to the right or a little step to the left within that booth, and you're okay as long as they let you draw. All right, don't break the range rules. So if you can do that, that at least gives you something. Consider, if you can, if the range will allow it, will they allow you to rent out a section of the range for the day where you can actually move down range, where you can actually get out there, step beyond the booth and sidestep, or maybe do some angled movement across the range, which I'm going to put some video of that in somewhere in here while I'm talking too. So will they allow you to do this? If not, can you go to an outdoor range? Can you find an outdoor range? There's one that I know of. They have like 18 different little bermed in areas, where normally it's like, I guess it's like 4 to 6 lanes, but you can rent the whole thing out and you can do whatever you want. You can rent steel targets. You can, I think they even have bowling pins. Take your own balloons with a helium tank and a string and tie them off down range and let them blow in the breeze while you're moving and shooting. You need to be able to move. You need to be able to move while you draw. You need to be able to move and shoot while you move. Okay, so remember, the idea is always get behind cover. If you're working on the street, either as an officer or as a security officer, you've got to be able to move within a building, right? You got to be able to move from point A to point B safely, engage a threat if you have to while you're moving, that kind of thing. If you're a civilian, a citizen, or an off-duty officer or off-duty security officer and you're carrying concealed, the idea isn't speed necessarily, right? If you're in a situation where you're going to have to draw that concealed weapon and engage, Stealth is your best bet. So if you can come out of that draw, as long as you're not in immediate danger, right? If the gun's aimed, if the bad guy's aimed at somebody else, or the bad guy's attacking somebody else, that draw should be slow, smooth, and steady so that you can aim in. Stealth. You don't want to like this and have the bad guy look at you. Now all of a sudden they're going to start shooting at you, right? If you can like kind of start moving and draw that thing slow and easy and then get aimed in, then you're going to be that much better off. So remember, concealed carry isn't about outdrawing the bad guy. Concealed carry is about being stealth. They should never know you have a gun, and they should never know when you draw it. Now, if they're just randomly just shooting around and it comes your way, and it's like they're shooting people next to you, yeah, you need to get out of there fast and get going and move to cover at the same time, right? So yeah, that's what this one's all about, is being able to move from point A to point B, point A to point B. Move. Don't stand still while you draw. You've got to move your feet. Move your feet. Get out of the line of fire. Moving target's harder to hit than a stationary target. So make sure you're moving, okay? So that's going to do it for today. Not a real long video, real basic, but I've got some samples of some guys that I work with doing some of that offlining, right? Showing how to move your feet as you draw, and some moving and shooting. Now, these guys are new to this concept, so don't be sitting there and be busting on their video. They're learning, okay? So just like you will be learning if you've never done anything like this before either. So do me a favor, hit the subscribe button down below. I can really use the help. Hey, we're going to up our numbers. So hit subscribe, thumbs up, bell notification, tell you when the next video is coming out. And yeah, that's it. Y'all be careful out there.